What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Beautiful day. Hopefully everything's going good for you. All right, so I'm super excited to do this video. I dropped a video yesterday. For you that didn't see it, I talked about we are dropping a Explorer set on our fragrance, but we are gonna do it. We're gonna drop two things this coming Wednesday, May 20th. We are dropping a new fragrance, and we are dropping the Explorer set, which you're gonna get 5 fragrances, because come Wednesday we're gonna have 5 fragrances on our line. Okay, so with that said, the price is gonna be very fair. All I can tell you right now is just go to the website. I'm gonna leave it in the description, so that way once we drop it, you'll get a notification, and that way you can get, like, notifications on releases, inventory, all that good stuff. But yeah, so Wednesday we are gonna drop the new fragrance, and it's called Tobacco Havanah. Just the name, tobacco, it's like, wow, I want to try that. Trust me. I look at, you guys, look, once I started this thing, I looked at it both ways. Not only, the business side of it from my end, but from the consumer part, if you will. And I believe that if you look at it in that way, I believe you'll be successful. Especially if you have faith and you know your product is good. Sky's the limit, So that's how I'm looking at this whole fragrance business. And I mean, there's a learning curve to it, but it's just, first of all, focus on getting, as we speak, we're focusing on getting as much noses on our fragrance, because we feel like, I'm trying to give you an inside view of how we, right now, we are just like, if there's a, let's say, put it this way, if there's like a fragrance out there that's like a hidden gem, basically we right now we're still getting, it takes time, no doubt, and that's the nature of this, but we are just like a gem fragrance, and and we're waiting to get discovered. Like, shit, man, that fragrance was, you ever, this had to happen to you, especially if you're a frag head. Like, you pass by a fragrance so many times and you look at it and this and that, but you never smelled it, but then you finally smell it. It's like, fuck, why the hell didn't I, buy it or take a chance on it or something? And we made it easy for everybody to take a chance on our website, on our fragrance. That's why we created the 5 ml travel atomizers to take with you, and commitment free, so that way and we have nothing to lose. Again, coming back to, we have faith, because we have a great product here, you guys. One thing I'm applying, and I said this before, I'm just taking everything what's wrong, like the reformulation from this new generation of fragrances that you used to love, but now they suck because reformulation or performance or whatever. That's one thing that I learned that people hate, and this is coming back from the consumer side, and the fragrance, just talking about fragrances, people that are buying fragrances, is when something gets reformulated and you used to love that fragrance, and it's either your signature scent or it's just a beloved fragrance. It just takes you back to a beautiful time, and it doesn't last. It might smell the same, but most likely it's a little off. It's not what it used to be, because that's how I get. So anyway, that's one thing we will never do. We will discontinue a fragrance before we reformulate it. I don't believe in reformulation here. Here in Darna, we don't do that. And I think it's kind of like a effed up move, because I feel like it's kind of like scamming people. Is like when you try to reformulate something. I'm not saying it's illegal or anything, but I'm just saying it's kind of a scam, because if you're gonna reformulate something, in my eyes, you might as well don't call it what it used to be. Change the name or something, you know. So that way, because it's not, all in all, realistically, it's not what it used to be. The performance, and the performance falls into the same thing too. It's not, well, it could be the same smell, but if the performance is different, it's not the same product. It's not the same. At least that's how I see it. And again, we don't believe in that, and we took what's wrong, because right now, you know, you do find great fragrances, but now it's not like if you go to to Macy's and high end. I'm not saying they all don't perform. Some of them perform, but you do find great fragrances in these smaller upcoming fragrance companies like Alexandria Fragrances, Dua, and stuff like that, because they know what's wrong and they're giving you a great product. And that's where we fall in that category. Like, you know, I said it before, how I explained it. I like to explain it so you guys can understand. Like, you remember how there was just all these beers that sucked before, like, you know, 2004 or 5, and all of a sudden all these new craft beers started popping up, better tasting, better, you know, quality, great price, you know, this and this and that, and nobody was buying that. And now that those companies are taking over, and the bigger Budweiser companies or Heineken companies, like, oh shit, they're taking most of the market. So that's how I see us smaller fragrance companies. We are the new craft beer of fragrances, okay? So with that said, this one right here, how before I make a fragrance, I envision a sense. So give you an example, and I'm sorry, I hope I am not boring you. For this one right here, I envisioned like a cigar lounge with successful people that are wearing $1,000 suits, drinking cognac, and talking about the millions they made that morning. That's what I want you to feel like wearing this fragrance, or whatever I envisioned in the other fragrances, you know. So it's not I envision a good smell, I envision a scenario, you know, and that works out for me real well, and that's how these turn out to be good. And of course, we have an amazing perfumer, and you know, you can go to the website, right? And thank you for everybody that left a great review. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but we haven't had one bad or negative review, or mediocre or regular, you know, review. Everything has been really positive. So with that said, sorry my video got cut off because the storage was full. But like I said, if you like tobacco, because I gotta get out of here soon. If you like tobacco, if you like amber, if you like warm, spicy fragrances, and trust me, some fragrances, I'm not trying to hate on any fragrances, but this is the truth. Some fragrances, they say tobacco on them, but sometimes you can hardly smell, you know, some of you've been there. But this one, the main note, I really wanted the tobacco note to shine. As soon as you smell it, you're like, yep, tobacco. So coming from seeing what's wrong in the fragrance world, I mean, I put my 200% in this whole thing and my whole line. So like I said, if you like tobacco, if you like amber, if you like all the like warm, spicy, we've added a cognac, like a cognac whiskey note too as well. This is the fragrance for you, okay? So I'm out of here. Love you guys. Check out the description. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next. Much love and respect.